All right, so let's talk about General Mugambo. Now, he is another high-ranking commander, of course, within the US military as well. Nowhere near as high as the rank, of course, of William Armstrong, but he has had very good accomplishments in the field and continues to do so. He's like, you could say, one of the kind of like deputies in command, I guess you could say. Because Frank Wallace and Ray Johnson, they have influences within the army, but they're not the face of the army. So that's what I was explaining in my last video, that then them two, Ray Johnson and Frank Wallace, are not the faces of the US Army, whereas William Armstrong is, and so is definitely General Mugambo. That's why they're both in the military uniform, whereas Frank Wallace and Ray Johnson are not. So he's like a deputy to William Armstrong. You know what I mean? Obviously leads his own kind of personalized force. But of course, William Armstrong, you know what I mean, oversees all activity, where he oversees more of like certain groups. So anyway, his part in all this, firstly, his drive and kind of motivations, firstly, is that he wants Africa to be a kind of rivaled, powered nation compared to all the other nations. He wants to unify Africa, which is part of I guess the good sides about him. But he doesn't want, he wants the best for his people in a way, but he wants to make sure that he is in control of everything as well. So he is quite money and power driven. He wants to help his people, but he wants to be in control of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he has a very, a very kind of selfless way of wanting to, to help his people. You know, he wants to be in control of them. So yeah, he wants Africa to be a superpower nation, but he wants to be at the forefront of it, and, receive all of the money, the wealth, the power, and all that kind of stuff as well. So he has that kind of weird balance there, you know what I mean? He wants to help his people, but he himself wants to be the lone person who, in the future, you know what I mean, makes Africa a superpower. And he wants to be at the forefront of that and control everything that goes on. So, his motivations are kind of like that. Not exactly bad, not exactly good. You can look at him both. You can look at him in two ways. And this is the thing that I want. Again, what I said in the last video for a lot of the characters is that I want them to have both good and bad reasonings for what they do. And, that kind of helps to create the discussions that I want people to have in the future about who's good, who's bad. Like, why did he do that, and have those discussions there. So anyway, that's his main thing. He has, of course, his reasons for joining the Allied Babylonian forces. Again, I'm mentioning this word, but I'm not revealing just yet what their purposes are, but you need to just keep updated. And you will find out soon, because I will be... I'm nearly done with the Oze origin story, and I will be moving more into the main plot, I guess you could say, of the series. So you'll definitely hear more about the Allied Babylonian forces then. But I'm saying this word now to give you, give you a little kind of foreshadowing, But you'll find out soon, because that will make everything will make more sense with these characters when you realize and find out about who the Babylon forces are and what their purpose is. When you find that out, all of what I'm saying to you about the characters is going to make sense, going to make absolute sense. So, so at the moment, so deputy in command to William Armstrong, getting his military achievements, but his drive, of course, like I said, is to, unify Africa in his own name. So you'll see more of him definitely in the future, But yeah, that's pretty much him in a nutshell. In terms of what his goals are and his drives are, rose through the ranks, very similar to William Armstrong. He's been in the army for quite a number of years at this point, and he helps to kind of complete all of those tough, difficult, missions and wars that they go on. So yeah, with that, that's pretty much him in a nutshell. And keep up to date with what I'm doing so you can find out more about different characters. The roster is big. It's going to be a big roster of characters, so there's a lot to talk about, a lot to explain. So keep up to date with me. Support the series, of course. Please, if you can, take a look at my Patreon and start subscribing and supporting me financially, because trust me, it's not easy, doing a lot of this out of your own pocket still. So I do need support with this. So I would definitely appreciate that. But until next time.